In this video, we are going to talk about the build that I'm using for open world farming and terror rifts. Before we move on, make sure that you are subscribed to the channel because there is more content about Tempest on the way. Now, let's start with the skills we are using. First, we have Rolling Surf, which is our main movement skill and looks pretty cool too, since you basically surf on a wave while being able to keep attacking. We are using 2 essences for Rolling Surf, and we are going to talk about those in the legendary item section of the video. Next, we have Vortex, which has a pretty huge area of effect and basically takes down everything you can see on the screen thanks to one of the essences we have. Also, it increases our primary attack speed with the offhand essence we chose to use. After that, we have our 2 dash skills to move between packs of monsters while Rolling Surf is on cooldown. The first of these dash skills is Breaker, and this one also increases our damage thanks to the shoulders essence we have. The other dash skill we are using is called Squall, and we don't use any essences for this one. Lastly, we have our primary attack, and I'm using Wind Edge since it lets you dash to your target, which is really good for open world farming. And that covers all the skills we are using. Now let's check out the set items. For the set items, I'm using 4 pieces of Gloom's Guide and V2's Urge. To be honest, killing monsters in the open world or Terror Rift doesn't require any special set items in the current state of the game, but it is always good to have some extra damage and critical hit chance from the Gloom's Guide set. 4-piece V2s is not really a must, and you can use set items that give you movement speed bonuses, but I'm not really sure if they stack up. Now let's check out the legendary items we are using. For the helmet, we are using Unyielding Vision. Rolling Surf, critical hits cause an explosion of water, dealing damage to nearby enemies. For the chest, we have Overflow. Vortex now causes geysers to erupt from the ground underneath random enemies every second, damaging and knocking them into the air. This is the essence that gives us that huge area of effect to clear the monsters. For the shoulders, we have Depth's Drone. Breaker also increases your damage by a percentage for 4 seconds. For the pants, we are using Wave Rider. Breaker now causes you to dash forward, damaging and knocking back enemies in your path, while also conjuring a Zephyr at your destination. For the main hand, we have Fiendfall. Wind Edge becomes empowered every 6 seconds, causing your next attack to unleash a piercing wind that slices through enemies, dealing damage and shattering their armor, causing them to take increased damage for 3 seconds. For the second main hand, we have Flooded Stream. Rolling Surf now empowers your edges, causing you and your Zephyr's primary attacks to become swirling whip strikes as you move. For the offhand, we have No Second Chances. Wind Edge becomes empowered when you use a skill, causing your next 2 primary attacks to deal additional damage to nearby enemies. Lastly, for the second offhand, we are using Glory to Khezetra. Vortex also increases your primary attack speed for 3 seconds after hitting an enemy. And that's all about the legendary items. Actually, there is not much else to say about the build. You can use whatever legendary gems you have since there is no need for anything special. The same thing applies to cursed properties and reforge bonuses as well. Other than that, I will be releasing a full Paragon guide today, so I'm not getting into that in this one. Thanks for tuning in and take care. I hope you enjoyed the build.